Hey there, thanks for joining me again. In the previous video, you might recall that I talked a little bit about why I wrote the book Run Frictionless and who the book was intended for. And in this video, I'm going to delve a little bit into the benefits that you can derive should you decide to run frictionless. Our company's first employee is its founder. When you, the founder, are the sole employee, controlling the brand and the message is easy. You keep it inside your head and change the brand and the message on the fly depending on the audience who comes into contact with you. As you add headcount, a headache erupts. No matter how many times you explain the brand and the message, it gets lost in translation. Some staff quote all prices, others promise features from future releases, and partners write and use their own sales collateral, attracting the wrong types of customer. Quality drops and the revenue expected doesn't arrive. The startup wins a few accounts, but no one can explain why a sale is won or lost. Seeing the chaos, you work twice as hard. You skip the holidays you promised yourself and jump back onto sales. Now the startup is hamstrung. Instead of focusing on your executive role, you're involved in every customer interaction. Does this sound familiar? I came up with a fictitious number of customer interactions, 100. The number could be more or less depending on the nature of your business. The point is you reach a ceiling, the maximum number of customer interactions that you can support every day. If you try to grow the business, the customer experience fails and you begin to bleed customers. The reason is quite simple. You cannot be in all places at the same time. In some sense, this may be a good problem to have. Some may argue that, well, you've got too many customers. What are you worried about? That's all well and good. However, if you want to grow the business, you are going to have to pass this problem, good or bad. So there are a few things that we could do. 1, don't worry, keep growing. 2, stop growing. 3, hire a replacement. Let's look at each of these options in turn. Let's start with option 1, don't worry, keep growing. In this option, you keep selling at any cost and you ignore the fact that you cannot deliver a customer experience. You max out at 100 interactions per day, but you regularly spike above that number. Eventually, the business gets burnt. Brand equity is eroded, and making the next sale gets harder. I think you know where this business is going. Let's skip now to option 2, stop growing the business. You have an epiphany. You decide that you are in the business of selling customer interactions, of which you have 100 customer interactions to sell and no more. You understand that you will remain at the center of every one of those customer interactions forever and are quite contented to do so. The only way to increase profit without growing the business is to sell the interactions to the highest bidder. So you take a hatchet to customer profiles that yield low return and serve only customer profiles that yield a high return. In a sense, what you're doing is posting a sign on your shop front that says, sorry, we're closed. We can't serve you because we don't want you to have a bad experience. This is not so uncommon. I've seen organizations such as medical, legal and accounting practices use this approach, particularly when the principal decides they don't want to expand the business any further. Okay, so in summing up, option 1, don't worry, keep selling, erode all the equity, make sales harder, flush down the toilet pretty much all the money you're spending on acquisition. 2, stop growing the business. The business is profitable, customers are happy. However, because the business is static and you cease to change, you are making the business vulnerable to attack from competitors. The third action taken when trying to free a founder from a sales role is to hire your replacement. However, is it the most effective route? I'm not convinced. In our next video together, I'll walk you through the ups and downs of hiring your replacement. Click on the link here or below in the description and decide for yourself if hiring your replacement is the right move. If you can't wait for the next video and want to skip ahead, grab the book. Visit runfrictionless.com. Drop me a comment. I want to hear your thoughts. See you in the next video.